My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Well, I want you all to see that, first of all, we got the tablet a little bit more charged. It's now plugged in, continuing to charge right now since the last video I just uploaded, but I do want to kind of get on here and kind of give some updates about ornaments we've been working on. You know, I kind of did the video about ornament prep before, but here's a couple of ornaments that just came out just now. I finally finished them. I kind of painted a little bow on the retriever, burnt in the detail, and put my slogan and my initials and the year on the other side, and put in Merry Christmas in green letters. That's probably, I'd say, just how that's going to go. Of course, it is May and it's going on June, but some of this work, I mean, we always kind of start getting it done early just so we can have it done in time. And I've already signed up for a few shows. I've got a night market coming up in June in, I'd say, about a couple of weeks. I mean, I'd tell y'all, like I say, I work in a school cafeteria. Students only have a week and a half left of school, but I actually have 2 more weeks to work. We have 2 extra work days on our calendar, even though students only have so many days of classes. And I do want to kind of mention a little something here as far as how we kind of worked this pattern out. Now, when I did those retrievers, I didn't really take the time to cut out or, you know, copy the pattern to cut out whenever I went to burning the lines into those. But I'll tell you all a little thing I'm going to show that we do here, and you can kind of see here what we are going to do this time around perhaps is to cut out the little ear here to make a little line that's going to make that on the pattern, and then kind of cut the line to make the leg here for each side. And we will sort of put this down right here, and I say just put a little line in where the ear is to kind of make the ear out on one side. I'd probably say the pattern is not making it come exactly where it should be, but we are just only going to come close as we can here and kind of draw the line along here. Perhaps make this other little line that goes across the top here as well, and kind of make this one that I'd say for, you see how we kind of did the ears in the back, you can see behind the hook. So we're going to try to work that a little bit in there as well and try to get a little extra fashion into that, and kind of make this little line down the center that will separate the ears, and take along the same little steps on this other one as well, and kind of put in the line just like this, I say, and then kind of come to the other side put in the little other line as well, and kinda make it so it's going to be just in its right place. I say we'll kind of lift up this leg here and draw the line along that little cut, and perhaps come to the other side here where I drew this other line and make it so we're going to fit it in right about here in the same place, and make the other line come out exactly like it. I say that there's a place where we can kind of make them equal here. Draw the same line to this one that we have on the other one underneath, and kind of come back, and I say put the little line in here with the leg in the place where the pattern was cut, so we get it in the proper place where it ought to be. And so I say a little kind of work to do and what we have, and say and see. I tell y'all that this is something where I say for here, might even draw a line along this way, make the little place at the top of the head where we kind of put the line here, and the line from the top of the snout over from where the front of the ear is, to make these particular places to put the eye. And I say we're going to try to get the eye as equal to each side as we can get it, so it'll turn out just right and even in the way it should be. And so that is where we've worked along here. And I'll just kind of mention a thing we're going to do on this other one is make the little ear line here, make the other little ear line here, and the ear line here, and kind of draw the line down in the center to make it so we got the little middle of the head where the ears go. And then I say there's a place here where we will draw in a pencil in a line for the nose, and come along that little step. And we'll have to see what else we did on this. We made that little line down the center where the mouth goes, so we're going to put the little line right in there, try to get it so it's straight and narrow and in its own place, I say. And then just kind of get to where we're going to kind of like put in little whiskers, little dots to be in the place where the whiskers will go, and try to make it so we're going to get things in line, get things in place. I'd say we're kind of getting along here with this, and try to make it so that they are equal per side. So put these together, kind of put little whiskers in the same places, little dots to burn in for each whisker, and make it so it's going to come out just like even per side with the whiskers here, and try to get things just in line where they ought to be and need to be. So I say that we kind of did all the burning ahead when I was working on these before making the video, but as for this time around, we're going to try to sort of burn in the place where we got the ears to go in, and try to take care of this on each side of the little pup, and then kind of work our way down it. And I tell you all, this burner, it can make a lot of smoke, it can make a big smell. And so other day, I mean, I was in here in the morning before going to work and doing a little burning, and started to smell a little bit down in here. And as my dad walked by, he asked me, have you been burning? I said, yes, I've been burning wood. So I say, little place along the top we just made there, little place along the top of this one too. I say, put in little lines to make it so the ears get right in the place, and sort of do this little line up across the top that makes the separation of the two ears, and then come back, sort of put lines in just like this, make it so the retriever pup is going to be a beautiful little piece of artwork for us to work with as we go, and make it so we're going to see better work. Perhaps we'll burn in the little dots for where the whiskers shall be, kind of make that in. And I say that with so much work you have in your abilities, you can kind of make things come out so they're going to be their own kind of creative in a way. I tell y'all that there's things in life we all love to do. There's things that may not be our favorite things to do that we wish we could be so good at in life, and differs from one of us to the next. I'm going to try to kind of burn in the place for the leg on each one here, kind of make it so we're going to see a little bright light of day come into what we do here, and come along how it's working out for the better, and so much to show as we move along a little further in time. And I say that we can kind of put the wood burner up now, maybe turn it off. I say we kind of take this little rotary tool and, well, I say first of all we have to plug it in, and given how many sockets we have, unplug the wood burner first, then plug in this little rotary tool kind of in a place where we got the little corner of the lines, make the little got the little eyeball right in there. One more we do right here. And I say there are going to be things that are going to turn out different per piece. I think with these we got the eyes even enough, because sometimes the eyes don't come out even, and you kind of have to spread this thing around and make them bigger until they do get even. And then there's going to be a little piece of work to come along as well, where we will sort of, I say, like take this little piece of sandpaper and put in a little line or two. I say, bless little children and all the little work we have and what we do. I say, oh, like work shall come and go. I say that this is just kind of like the work we have that comes in our hands and goes down to us. I say, little souls of people and worlds we know. I tell y'all that this is just kind of like how all these things come together here. And we're kind of sanding away all the pencil marks and all the extra burns we don't need. Try to make things come out a little smoother here. And I say that with what we've got left, there's probably going to come a time when we're going to kind of do a little branding iron demonstration here. And probably, I say, come back on video sometime to demonstrate how we do that, because I tell y'all there's a lot of work to what we do. Sometime we've got to get on here and work on the squirrels as well. So I say, with all we've got in our hands right now, there's just little better ways to take things as we do them. And I will say that maybe I'll stop the video right here and come on with a little continuation later. Thank you so much. Currently, what I would like to show y'all is that what we have here is a branding iron. Now, this is something which, you know, there was a certain piece of metal that came with it for the front of it to sit upon while it lays on top of a brick or something like that that wouldn't burn or melt while it's heating up. But the way it is, I have this little rock back here that it sits on, because you all probably know by now how capable I am of mislaying things all the time and getting where I can't find them. So I'm going to show you all a little something that we do here. We plug the branding iron in and we let it sit on this rock for 20 minutes. That is how long it takes it to heat up. So it is 1:11 now, which means that at 1:31 it will be completely heated up. And I will come back on to show a little more as soon as it has time to heat up a little more, and probably be able to demonstrate then exactly how it works. Thank you. It is getting to the point where this branding iron has had about enough time to get hot. I'll show y'all a little thing or two I've done here. First, you all will see that I've used a bar clamp here to hold them down to the carving vise. I mean, you know, most things you use, some things will fit in the carving vise, and I will use that to hold them in place while I am holding the burner down or the branding iron down. Something has to be sturdy holding it in place so that you don't, with all your pressure, cause it to slip from underneath. And also, I have a certain pair of gloves that I use for these. It can be even a pair of gloves like you use for carving or whatever, but I sort of use them here because it's best to do it in case with the pressure of your hands slip and go down to the hot part of the iron. It is best to be wearing gloves so you don't cause really severe burns. But this is how I'm going to apply the pressure, just like this. It is also best to try to hold it down firm and try to keep it going the way it should, and to hold it down for 20 seconds. Don't let it all go into one direction, or else it will not turn out right. I probably didn't count the time here as I started to press down, so I think it's probably getting to the point where it might be about enough time, and think I'm getting to it. And well, unfortunately, with all the talking I was doing there, I didn't make it turn out so good. Might even be having to go back and kind of sand this over and do it again. But this time I'm going to try again on this one and see how it did turn out. And I'm going to try to really concentrate on the time and the holding of it, not try to talk while doing it. So this time I'm also going to count the seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now with this one, as you can see, it actually ended up coming out much better because I was able to take my time and calculate the time. It is hard to see the words exactly on camera, but when you get a closer look, you'll be able to tell much better. And am thinking I probably, if I stay within the right limits, might be able to redo this one. I think I can probably get it where I see the place where some of the marks from the last time around are. So am thinking I can kind of go back and take care of that as well. Get it just in the place where it needs to be. There was only one corner of it that I missed here. We'll say this time around, may not have been able to get it perfect, but might try the corner one more time. Try to at least get it a little better, maybe. And now, here we will go. This time, I believe I finally got it. Need to take a closer look, make sure I did. Maybe it's not the best clearly readable way it was burnt, but came out in a way where if somebody could look close enough, they could probably be able to see a little better what it says. But this is kind of what happens when you try to do something a little too much on video or talk while you're doing it, because I'm going to have to really concentrate next time and show you all better. Now I am back here to say that we're back in this corner again where we do the majority of our work, and as for now, I'd say that for how we do these little retrievers, like I said, and all we've done on them, there's a little step that we're going to take, and I will say that for this moment we're going to take a little eye screw, and you see we kind of put it on here in a place where it would easily hang as an ornament, where one side would not weigh down the other, and kind of put it in a place right about here, like right behind the head near the top of the neck, and kind of twist it in so it'll just be the right fit for the right time and the right way, and kind of come down to where we will have a little hook right in place just where it ought to go to make it where it'll hang correctly. We're going to take this another eye screw and do the same with this one as well, and I say that this is going to be just the kind of work that works its way to us, and see how we make things come out just as good as they ought to be and come to be. And then when we get down to the very last end of the hook, I'll kind of see if I can find that little paper clip that demonstrates, because that was kind of what I used to test it on, and I'd say that it might have disappeared around here somewhere, but I'd say that wherever it went, I don't know, and probably to that matter might demonstrate on the brush here instead. But as you can see, I've got it to hang in a place where one side will not weigh down the other, and kind of got it with the same with this one as well. One thing we did the last time around was I burned my initials in the year down on the front and hind leg of each, and there's something we need to do, kind of switch out the socket again, plug the burner back in, and try to put in the initials now. So that is kind of how we have the work in place. And turning it up a little bit, we put J, D, P as the initials into the dog, and kind of put like 20, 24, as that is the year it was made, just like that, and try to also have a little bit of do it like vice versa with the other, since it faces the other direction. And there's probably going to be more that we're going to show and demonstrate as we go a little further about this. And I must say that perhaps there will be a little bit of sanding here, because we always sand a little bit after we burn, even if just with a light grit, just to kind of get a little bit rid of maybe some of the excess that comes off from wood being burned. And I'll tell y'all that there's probably a step or two we can take here. We'll take this red paint, and as I am about to demonstrate here, take like a thin piece of paintbrush, and I say paint a little bow on the neck, but do it on this side, not on this side. Do it on the side where all the other detail is not, and kind of, I say, paint it just like this. As you can see, it can probably be about anywhere on the neck that you think kind of suits you best. And sort of like I'd say, make it so it's going to be like a ribbon out to the sides, and put a little extra red to the side of the neck so it looks like the ribbon is all around the neck, just like that. And then we're going to take the same one and kind of paint in a ribbon, a little red bow in just a similar place, and put it just like this, I say, and kind of get it just in the right place. And you know, there's kind of a couple of strings that hang from the side of the bow. You can put those in as well. Kind of tried to put in a little string of worth into the piece, and I say just kind of make the little red go all the way around. And I will say that when you come to the other side, if the other side of the ribbon kind of overlaps with the slogan, that will be okay. And I'm just demonstrating to you how I make mine. You know, you don't necessarily have to use a branding iron with your own slogan to make your own, but this is just how I demonstrate. And I say that as for how this goes, we kind of got the side on here. I've got a little piece of metal tin lid that I am sitting these over on so that the painted underside doesn't get messed up on anything or mess anything else up. I'd say that a piece of metal lid might be the best thing to store something like this on for just a little piece of work you have. And so we kind of got that little step in. Turns out this video is becoming pretty long, but that's going to be kind of the way it goes. I'm going to let the bows dry and come back and maybe do one more little step to show, so I'll just be back in a little bit. Well, I'd say that there's just one last part to add on to this video. We hope to make it quick, probably end it in about 8 minutes, just to make it so that the video will end up having a total of 40 minutes without the intro and outro. So the intro and outro will be the only addition in that case. But I'd say that, as you see, we kind of took these and put Merry Christmas in green letters on them. So I just shook up some green paint here and think I'm gonna finally just take a little brush and add on the words, kind of put a little Merry Christmas onto the little dogs, and kind of see how this is going to make things for the better just kind of turn out, I say. And just put a little work on these and kind of try to see how this is going to interestingly turn out. We kind of got to dip it a little in again and put a little Merry Christmas thing on here, and put so much to kind of make the work be what it ought to be, just to get a little done. Some of these letters, to make it come out all the way, might have to come out a little smaller and thinner than others. We gotten this far already, and kind of just make it so it's going to come by, have a little work be done, and I say we're getting these letters out. Might be a little harder to do when you're doing it on a video, because then you're just probably not applying as much concentration, but I'd say yes, for how this goes, I got all the letters to come out just fine. Some of them can be a little harder to see than others in this way, but I say we're going to try to get down and sort of put a little bit more into what we have and what we do, and make it so we're all just going to see a little brighter way that, oh, just a little work shall see what we have to do. Oh, I say Merry Christmas is a good phrase, and it's going to be the right phrase when, you know, November and December and some of them come along, but it's just what I'm thinking about right now, because it's just a time when we're kind of doing our early crafts just to kind of get ourselves prepared in time. And I tell y'all that there's a show coming up in Nicholasville first weekend of June, as a matter of fact, I've already signed up for, and would say that it will be the kind of thing that is going to eventually be where I will have everything set out for the time, and finally just little words like that come right in, and it turns out I'm probably getting this video done a little quicker than I thought I would. There was so much to share and so much to say. This could end up being pretty long, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Hope you all enjoyed this series, learning about the Golden Retriever ornaments as I've worked on them, and that is what I wanted to share for now. Hope you all stay tuned, stay watching, take care, be safe, and I'll be looking out for you all between now and through the summer and next winter. And so this was just a good time to come on here, record a little commentary, record a little work, show what I could do, maybe get around to doing some video about making the squirrel ornaments sooner or later. Can't wait to do that. Take care, thanks for watching, and wish you all the best. Always, always. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.